So you have a problem with being unhappy, and you want to know what a lizard knows about it. Lately, there hasn't been much sun. It was cold, and I started to think about sharing my wisdom. I'm not an expert in human psychology. People are weird. But I'm personally convinced that some things are universal, like shedding. I normally don't speak in English. I normally don't speak at all. Sometimes scream when it's needed. You're free to correct my errors. Learning is fun, almost like hunting. There are some common mistakes that can be made. Firstly, you can say, being happy is easy. Or even, that's the only thing that I am good at. It's common misconception. This is a confusion of terms. It should be noted that being sad is easy, as being lost, feeling pointless, discouraged, bored, bitter, etc. I mean, it's easy to fall into them, not to live with them. But to be unhappy, a certain type of commitment is required. Secondly, you may think of unhappiness as something bad. There is this weird celebration of happiness, especially in a human world. Lizards are smarter in this case. At least most of them. I'm thinking about you, Gary. I'm talking about this conviction, according to which happiness is an ultimate goal, and if you want to reach it, you are pathetic. Funniest part is that those creatures are longing for it, without even knowing what it is. They are going nowhere in an attempt to feel a certain way. But feelings are tricky and unpredictable. Unhappiness could be improper if it would imply idleness, paralysis. But this is not a problem of unhappiness in itself. You are able to just be unhappy and act. And if you have to ask, why would you do anything? Besides survival, you really have to eat your insects or something. Wouldn't be scary. You are obliged to go a certain way. You should act, because you can act, even if you are placed very close to the ground and can't do much. I warn you, you shouldn't wait with living till you are happy. You can fall into an interesting trap of being unhappy, because you are unhappy, because you are worrying about being unhappy. It's simply redundant. You're overthinking and it's burning you. There are better sources of heat. If you can, I would suggest lying in the sun instead. Warm and cozy, especially if you find nice rock. Understand if you can't, but it's worth thinking of. On the other hand, it is possible that you want to be unhappy. It will probably surprise you, but is always a bad sign. There is no constructive reason to have this kind of relation with unhappiness. However, I can name a few wrong reasons to feel this way. You can like being unhappy because you are scared of what you would have to do if you wouldn't be unhappy. You can be used to feel unhappy and think of it as a safe place. You can think it is edgy and you can be special if you strive for it. All of these instances are signals of being torn apart. You just can't be unhappy if you want to be unhappy. You have to be ready to lose your unhappiness at any moment without any sorrow. Otherwise, you won't be able to move. Brumation may be good for a while, but not for long. There is another important problem. You may be too tired to be unhappy. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, because this is the worst situation. I can only comfort you by saying that you are already asleep. But you can't wake up. Most likely, you won't be able to wake up on your own. It would be for the best if you could find someone to help you with it. Although it can be hard and take some time. However, you have a lot of time. Just be patient and be wary of those who want to eat you. I hate hawks and owls the most. They are always nasty surprises. Another common mistake is being unstable. If you tend to think that you are no longer unhappy because some nice things happen and misery is catching you a moment later, and you are gaining unhappiness from very trivial reasons, you are not unhappy, nor happy, but dizzy from all of this swinging. I once got on some kind of line, back and forth, back and forth. I don't recommend it. It's really hard to catch anything in this state. Try to get onto the ground, but don't jump from too high. Or maybe you are too happy. You are probably under the influence of some substances, reasonably indifferent to omnipresent pain, or in love. In first case, just come back later. Otherwise, congratulations. This is a very special gift. It comes with great power and opportunities. However, it will remain a gift only if you use it correctly, for the proper cause. I assure you, it will be a curse for you and everyone around if you are careless. If you don't even know if you're unhappy or not, you should dig. It's a great experience. I love digging, even if I get dirty. Sometimes you have to dig especially deep. And usually you don't dig out anything. But it isn't important. Just keep digging. There is one more thing. Don't rely on being unhappy. It's not your goal or fulfillment in the same way as happiness, isn't it? It's just state or rather process. Yes, it penetrates your soul, may change the whole world, but it shouldn't determine your expression. It doesn't say as much of you as you think. If you want to find purpose, look somewhere else. To sum up, unhappiness is a problem only if you make a problem from it. You've already been dropped into this world. You may as well live. You have my permission to be unhappy. Now you can go and act.